Good evening, kids. Now, in the previous lecture, we had studied about the agents required for pollination. Okay, a quick recap I will take. We said that there were abiotic agents, and we also said that there were biotic agents. Abiotic agents are nothing but the non-living structures, and biotic agents are nothing but our insects or living organisms, or I can say basically animals. Okay, we use the word zoophily for our insect pollination, rather biotic pollinating agents. Okay, now there was a question which normally comes to our mind, or rather I can say this is a very usual question which one should ask. That is, how we came to know that this particular plant is pollinated with the help of wind, or is it pollinated with the help of water, or how is it like, okay, pollinated with the help of insect. Okay, so we started performing research and we came to know that plants, they adapt themselves. I repeat, these plants, they adapt themselves for various different pollinating agents. Okay, today we will be learning about those adaptations. Let it be a wind pollinated plant or an insect pollinated plant. Okay, right, let it be any kind of biotic or abiotic agent. The plant has to adapt itself. Now we will first learn how plants adapt themselves for pollination with the help of wind. Okay, and yesterday we said that these plants are called as anemophilous plants. Okay, so now let us understand adaptations for anemophily. Now the first important point is, whenever the plant is pollinated with the help of wind, we have discovered that the flowers are very, very small. I repeat, the flowers are very, very small and they are inconspicuous. Now, when I use the word inconspicuous, inconspicuous ka matlab hai not attractive. That means they don't have normally bright colorations. Okay, they are, I can say, colorless or white in color, but they don't have bright colors like blue, red, etc., yellow. Okay, so the flowers are small and they are inconspicuous in nature. Number two, we have seen that plants which are pollinated with the help of wind, okay, never produce any fragrance, neither they produce any nectar. और ये जायज है क्योंकि विंड को फ्रेग्रेंस से और नेक्टर से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. ओके, सो ये सेकंड एडेप्टेशन है जो हमने देखा है. अभी आप पूछेंगे कि एडेप्टेशन कैसे हो गया, तो कैन आई से, अगर मैं फ्रेग्रेंस और नेक्टर प्रोड्यूस करना चाहता हूं तो डेफिनेटली आई विल बी स्पेंडिंग ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी. तो यहां पे एनर्जी यूज ज्यादा, या मैं बोलूंगा एनर्जी वेस्टेज नहीं होता है. ओके, तीसरा, हमने ऐसे देखा है कि जो विंड पॉलिनेटेड प्लांट्स होते हैं उनके पोलन ग्रेन्स का जो एग्जाइम होता है वो स्मूथ होता है और वो ड्राई होता है. इज इट ओके? So remember, whenever you see that the pollen grains are having smooth exine, you can come to a conclusion that these plants are wind pollinated, or you can use the word anemophilous. Okay. Next point. We have seen that the pollen grains are very light in weight. Of course, होना भी चाहिए क्योंकि wind has to carry them. So the pollen grains should be light in weight. Okay. And one more important point, they are produced in large numbers. ये point important है. Please remember that the pollen grains are produced in large numbers. Now, why large numbers? See, listen, understand this. We have discovered that many pollen grains are wasted. Okay, so to compensate for that wastage, we have to produce large number of pollen grains so that pollination is ensured. Okay, right. Now, the next adaptation which we have seen is that normally in a plant, the male inflorescence is at the apex. Try to understand this adaptation. We have seen that the male inflorescence is at the apex. I mean, now what exactly we mean by that? Now, if you observe this particular plant, you can clearly see that the male inflorescence or the pollen grain producing reproductive structure is at the apex. होना भी चाहिए, because wind can easily carry them. If they are covered by leaves or if they are at the bottom part, definitely उनका जो wind current है वो आराम से pollen grains को नहीं लेके जा सकता. Therefore, the inflorescence or the male inflorescence is at the apex. Okay. Now please remember, मेज का जो इन्फ्लोरेसेंस है उसको हम लोग टैसल बोलते हैं और ये टैसल हमेशा एपेक्स में होता है. यहां पे मैं क्लैरिफिकेशन देना चाहूंगा. इफ यू आर रीडिंग एनसीईआरटी व्हिच यू हैव टू, ओके, दे हैव कॉल्ड टैसल एज अ फीमेल, राइट, बट naturally, okay, or rather in botany we call this male inflorescence as tassel. Remember that, okay. And the female inflorescence of maize is called as cob. So हम लोग जो घर में maize लेके आते हैं, that is nothing but cob, or we call it as corn cob. तो अगर आप देखेंगे तो female inflorescence नीचे की तरफ है और मेल इन्फ्लोरेसेंस ऊपर की तरफ है, ओके, ताकि पोलन ग्रेन्स आराम से कैरी हो सके विद द हेल्प ऑफ विंड. ओके किड्स, राइट ना. उसके बाद हम लोगों ने ऐसे देखा है कि जो एनिमोफिलस फ्लावर्स हैं या एनिमोफिलस प्लांट्स हैं, उनका जो स्टेमेन होता है, स्टेमेन. नाउ आई होप एवरीवन अंडरस्टैंड्स द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड स्टेमेन. You also know that stamen consists of three parts, okay, filament, anchor and connective. तो let us consider, हम लोगों ने राइट एक एनिमोफिलस को प्लांट को लिया है, तो इसका फिलामेंट जो है वो काफी बड़ा होता है. आई रिपीट माय स्टेटमेंट, द फिलामेंट इज क्वाइट लॉन्ग, ओके, एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, इसका जो एंकर होता है इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं वर्सेटाइल एंकर. Now when I use the word versatile anther, तो इसमें ये जो फिलामेंट है वो एग्जैक्टली एंथर के सेंटर में होती है. Now what is the benefit of that? Now you can just see this. Now imagine करो कि मेरा जो फिंगर है वो फिलामेंट है और ये जो पेन है वो एंथर है, ओके. अभी now this anther can adjust itself to the direction of the wind, और ऐसे एंथर को हमने नाम दिया है versatile anther. Okay, so if you take grasses or if you take wheat, if you take rice or any anemophilous plant, you will always see that the filament is quite long and the anthers are versatile. Okay, right. Now coming to the next point, that is, we have seen that the stigma of anemophilous plants are feathery. Now let us understand what we mean by the word feathery stigma. I will just quickly erase this part and let us understand what is feathery stigma. Okay. Now if you observe the stigma, you can see that the stigma looks something like this. Now this particular stigma is called as feathery stigma. Now feathery stigma allows easy trapping of pollen grains. Okay, यानी अगर समझो wind current है, तो wind current के साथ अगर pollen grain है, तो ये feathery stigma उसको आसानी से trap कर सकता है. Okay, so the stigma is feathery, and you can also have one more point, that is 8th point, that the reproductive structures, that is the androecium and the gynoecium, are well exposed, okay, to wind. Is it okay? So ye cover nahi hote by calyx and corolla, right? They are exposed to the wind. Correct? So these are the adaptations done by a plant to ensure anemophily, okay, right, or wind pollination. The next abiotic agent which we need to learn is water. Okay, so let us understand how plants adapt themselves for water pollination, or we can say that we have to learn about adaptations for hydrophily. Okay, now I hope everyone knows that hydro means water and phily is nothing but loving, or here we are talking about pollination. Now we have discovered that there are two different types of hydrophily. Okay, the first one is called as epihydrophily. Now when I use the word epi ka matlab hai above. So when the pollen grains float on the surface of water, we call it as epihydrophily. And when pollination occurs below the surface of water, it is called as hypohydrophily. Okay, we will be definitely learning in detail about both the pollinations. Okay, right. But let us now understand the common adaptations. Let it be epi, let it be hypo. The adaptations are quite common. Now, one thing which is very, very surprising, that is there are only, so in general, hydrophilic plants show certain adaptations. Now, it is surprising for us to know that only there are 30 different genera which have their pollination done with the help of water. Okay, so you can actually read that hydrophily is found only in 30 genera of aquatic monocots. Now, please remember when I say lotus, lotus is also an aquatic plant, but it is not pollinated with the help of water. Okay, right. Water lily is also not pollinated with the help of water. Water hyacinth is also not pollinated with the help of water. They are all insect pollinated. Okay, तो आप प्लीज ये याद रखना कि जरूरी नहीं है कि वो प्लांट पानी में हुआ तो वो हाइड्रोफिली ही करेगा, वो एंटेमोफिली भी कर सकता है, एनीमोफिली भी कर सकता है. इज इट ओके? राइट, तो ये प्लीज याद रखना. अभी हमारे पास तीन बेसिक एग्जांपल्स हैं. The first example is an angiosperm called as Zostera. It is the smallest angiosperm. Next is Vallisneria, and the third is Ceratophyllum, which are pollinated with the help of water. We will be definitely talking about hydrophily, that is epihydrophily and hypohydrophily, right, for Zostera and Vallisneria as our examples. Okay. Now, the another adaptation which is very, very common is again the same, as they are abiotic agents. The flowers are very, very small and they are inconspicuous. That is, they are not attractive, no bright coloration. Now, we have observed that maximum of hydrophilous plants don't have calyx and corolla. They have a whorl called as perianth. Okay, and you know that the members of perianth are called as tepals. So here tepals are found, and these tepals are having waxy coating. Now, when I say waxy coating, can I say because of waxy coating, they are unwettable? Is it okay? Right. Next point, the pollen grains are very long, they are needle-like, and they are also unwettable. But here, the unwettable reason is presence of mucilage. That is the sticky fluid. Okay. And the last and very common point, as the agent is abiotic, there is no fragrance and no nectar found. Okay. So now, these are the common adaptations for hydrophily. Now we will be talking about epihydrophily and hypohydrophily in detail. So now let's talk about epihydrophily. Now, as I told you, epi means above and hydro is water. So when pollination occurs on the surface of water, we use the word epihydrophily. That is point number one. Okay. Now, for understanding epihydrophily, Vallisneria is a very, very good example. Now, when we talk about Vallisneria plant, kids, Vallisneria is a dioecious plant. Now, understand the meaning of the word dioecious. Okay. Now, when I say dioecious, dioecious means the male plant is totally different and the female plant is totally different. You can make out this plant has got male inflorescence, or I can use the word male plant. Okay. And this is the one which is said to be a female plant. So this condition, when the male inflorescence and the female inflorescence are present on different plants, we use the word dioecious. Okay. So this is very, very important, which all my kids need to know. Okay. Now, on maturity, what happens? The male inflorescence will now start opening up and all the flowers are released. Now, as they are light in weight, these flowers reach the surface of water. So you can see that here, these are nothing but the male flowers which are floating on the surface of water. I am repeating my statement again. The flowers are floating on the surface of water. Okay. Now, let us come to the female plant. Now, we have observed that the female plant consists of female flowers which have a very long but coiled pedicel. Now understand this particular funda. When you keep it coiled, the female flowers are present below the surface of water. Okay, naturally अगर हम इसको देखेंगे तो ये पेडिसल है. पेडिसल का मतलब है स्टॉक ऑफ अ फ्लावर. ओके, तो इसका जो पेडिसल है वो हाईली कॉइल्ड है और उसकी वजह से ये जो फीमेल फ्लावर है ये पानी के नीचे होता है. ओके, जैसे ही मैच्योरिटी होगी ये पेडिसल अनकॉइल होगा. नाउ लेट मी एक्सप्लेन दिस. ओके, ये पेडिसल अनकॉइल होगा और उसके वजह से जो फीमेल फ्लावर्स है ये सरफेस तक पहुंचेंगे. तो लेट अस कंसीडर ये अनकॉइल्ड पेडिसल है और ये कॉइल्ड पेडिसल है. डिफरेंस समझ में आ रहा है? राइट. तो अभी तक इसका फ्लावर इमेच्योर है. जब ये फ्लावर मैच्योर होगा तो ये पेडिसल अनकॉइल होके फीमेल फ्लावर सरफेस तक पहुंचेगा. ओके, अभी क्या होता है, ड्यू टू वाटर करंट्स, ओके, ये जो मेल फ्लावर है ये पहुंचेगा फीमेल तक. अभी जैसे ही वो फीमेल तक पहुंचेगा, कौन? मेल फ्लावर. ओके, ये मेल फ्लावर ओपन होगा, राइट, फॉर रिलीजिंग पोलन ग्रेन्स. नाउ वी कॉल दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस एज एंथेसिस. एंथो का मतलब है फ्लावर और एंथेसिस का मतलब है ओपनिंग ऑफ फ्लावर. नाउ जैसे ही वो फीमेल तक पहुंचता है वो फ्लावर ओपन हो जाता है, रिलीजिंग द पोलन ग्रेन्स. These pollen grains coil around the stigma, okay, and they perform the pollination. So as the pollination is occurring on the surface of water, we call this pollination as epihydrophily. Okay, remember this. This is a very beautiful example and important example for understanding epihydrophily. Okay, right. Dioecious meaning, you please remember, even our papaya was dioecious, if you remember. उसमें xenogamy था, जो मेल प्लांट था वो अलग था और फीमेल प्लांट था वो अलग था. तो we call this particular thing as dioecious condition. Okay, now let's talk about hypohydrophily. Now when we talk about hypohydrophily, okay, as the name goes, hypo means below, okay, and hydro means water. So when pollination occurs below the surface of water, you can use the word hypohydrophily. Okay, and the best example of that is Zoostera, or you can also call it as marine angiosperm. Now, when we talk about Zoostera, kids, remember that Zoostera is a monoecious plant. Now, when we use the word monoecious, it means the same plant has got male and female flowers. But please understand, okay, even though the male and female flowers are present on the same plant, to ensure cross-pollination, I repeat, to ensure cross-pollination, these plants have a mechanism which is called as protogyny. Now, when I use the word protogyny, protogyny का मतलब होता है the female flowers will always mature first. I repeat, the female flowers will always mature first. Now, why this particular adaptation is done? This is done to ensure that there is no self-pollination, or I can say that cross-pollination is favored. Okay, we call this particular adaptation as protogyny. तो अभी आप थोड़ा सा सोचेंगे, तो मैं बोल रहा हूं कि फीमेल फ्लावर्स पहले मैच्योर होते हैं, तो इसका मतलब है अभी भी मेल फ्लावर्स जो है वो एकदम ही छोटे हैं, या मैं ऐसे बोलूंगा कि इमैच्योर है. इज इट ओके? अभी मेरे फीमेल फ्लावर्स मैच्योर हो चुके हैं. अभी ये जो मैच्योर फीमेल फ्लावर्स हैं ये हमेशा बिलो द सरफेस ऑफ वाटर होते हैं. दे डोंट कम on the surface of water or above the surface of water. Okay, they're always present below the surface of water. Getting it? Right. Now, what happens when pollination wants to occur? Some other plant, यानी कोई दूसरा Zoostera plant का जो male flowers है वो अभी mature है. Okay, right. इनके flowers पानी के surface के नीचे होते हैं. वाटर करंट जब भी मैं बात करता हूं तो प्लीज रिमेंबर, वाटर करंट पानी में नीचे भी रहता है. ओके, रादर मैं बोलूंगा कि वाटर करंट पानी में नीचे ज्यादा रहता है. ओके, तो वाटर करंट की वजह से कोई दूसरे Zoostera प्लांट के जो मेल फ्लावर्स हैं वो फीमेल तक पहुंचेंगे. अभी जैसे ही फीमेल तक पहुंचेंगे वापस वो मेल फ्लावर्स ओपन होंगे, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं एंथसिस। उसमें से नीडल लाइक पोलन ग्रेन्स बाहर निकलेंगे। अब ये जो पोलन ग्रेन्स है ये कभी भी सरफेस के ऊपर नहीं आते हैं, क्योंकि ये जो पोलन ग्रेन्स है उनकी स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस टर्म, ओके, इनकी जो स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी है वे पानी के उतनी ही होती है। अभी पानी के उतने होने की वजह से ये कभी भी ऊपर नहीं तैरेंगे, दे विल ऑलवेज बी बिलो द सरफेस ऑफ वाटर। नाउ as they are below the surface of water, see, I'm not saying that they are sinking down, they are below the surface of water, okay? तो वो पानी का जो करंट होगा उसके साथ साथ वो भी बहेंगे, and they will come in contact with the female plant, or rather female flower to be very specific, और उधर पे वो पॉलिनेशन करेंगे, okay? तो ये हो गया हमारा हाइड्रोफिली। तो आज हम लोगों ने अबायोटिक एजेंट्स जो थे जैसे विंड और वाटर, उनके जो प्लांट्स हैं वो कैसे अपने आप को अडाप्ट करते हैं वो सीखा, ओके? अगले लेक्चर में हम लोग सीखेंगे एडाप्टेशंस डन बाय आवर एंटेमोफिलस प्लांट्स, और वी कैन से जिनमें बायोटिक एजेंट्स पॉलिनेशन करते हैं तो उनके क्या एडाप्टेशंस होंगे, ओके किड्स, राइट? Please remember, you have to also write down these points. Along with that, you have to refer two textbooks. As I told you in my first lecture itself, that I am also referring the GTB, that is government textbook, that is Maharashtra government textbook, okay? Right, and also the NCRT book, okay? Because that NCRT book is very important for the NEET aspirants, okay kids? Right. Chalo, till then, take care.